How to build a BMX from scratch.
Ain't much, I'm gonna say, huh? Don't hurt yourselves with the staples.
I almost bit the dust once because I couldn't get a pedal on.
Without trying to rip the seat.
Olive oil's making noise now. Nah, it's tight. Alright.
This can't be.
Yo, Pera, where you at? I'm here at the shop, nothing. Came to film a vid on how to build a BMX from scratch. How long does it take to get a BMX here? What, 3 seconds? You ain't even in the shop? Damn.
Here you go.
What up, Pera? You're a beast?
Yeah.
360, fastest delivery service. Alright, I'm here in Barcelona. We're gonna do a tutorial on how to build a BMX from scratch, straight out of the box, keep it simple.
People never built a new bike.
Sure, exactly. And today we're showing how it's done, noob level. What BMX you bring in 3 seconds? Let's see.
Well, look, we got the radio here. Dalco. Right, they're starter bikes. Mid-range.
Sweet, let's hit the workshop and show them all the details.
And the tools you need to build them,
Ain't much, but we'll get it up.
you can definitely do it at home.
For sure, and if not hardware store, they're like $2. Let's hit the Bon workshop, 360 shops at Antic de Valencia. Number 9 in Pueblo Nuevo, Barcelona. They got an online store too. Grab one of these bikes with the code Inglada for 10% off. Y'all know it, right on. First step.
Ain't much I'm gonna say, huh? Don't hurt yourselves with the staples.
Alright, these here don't cut.
Especially once you've opened the box, right? When you go to grab the bike, it's real easy to hurt your forearm. As you can see, it comes pretty well packed. That's real good. As we can see, Oriole, it comes pretty well protected.
Damn, ain't those tires sick.
And heavy camouflage. So look over here. It comes like this, loose but well wrapped. Thing is, in combo, we gotta be careful. If when you take them out, you don't catch yourself on this.
For sure, with these staples.
Alright, I say that because
I've had it happen with electric bikes and stuff, taking them out and getting
they have them on the rear wheels, especially on the rear, which is the one we're gonna pull. More like these. These protectors catch on those tabs here too.
If you're gonna do this, best to have someone hold the box for you. The BMX itself ain't too heavy. Let's see, got more stuff here, that's kinda weird. A box. What's this Pera was telling me, covering up the trash?
And I'll use this cardboard here.
And the box, that's it.
Outside. What tools we gonna need to build this BMX? Scissors or pliers to cut the zip ties. Again, the handlebar comes attached to the wheel, that's it. And be careful because something could fall on the floor or get scratched, so it's protected. Carefully take off the handlebar zip ties and take off the handlebar. I don't leave it on the wheel. I got it in 1, 2. I got the wheel off and the
front wheel. By the way, the rear is already mounted on these types of bikes. You probably don't have a, what's it called? A stand?
Yeah, a stand, a tripod.
But you can do it on the ground, no problem. Fork protector.
Yeah, on the dropouts, it's important. Bikes come well packed because otherwise transport can damage them.
Come on, if a bike comes like this, it's a good sign because it's real unlikely it's damaged. Let's go.
That's always cool, taking off the little plastic. If you're the one breaking it in, it's new.
One-handed.
I can't, but let's see.
Just curious, what's the price on this bike? Roughly?
Nobody's used it before. 460.
With the code Inglada, guys, roughly, it's 10% off, so that'd be 45 euros less.
So what? We got here? The rear's already adjusted, but we ain't trusting that. Right? What we do here is tighten everything. Can't trust this is adjusted. Right, so we'll make sure everything's good.
Watch out the nut doesn't stay here. It's happened to me before.
The time we sent online, the customer called saying the front nuts ain't there, and these dudes loosened them and took everything.
The handlebar, let's see.
In this case, they know the range of a mid-range bike. They don't put the left brake lever. Right, but on cheaper bikes, they usually come with the opposite front lever too, but oh well.
Ain't really recommended, right? In BMX?
Nah, it ain't necessary.
Unless you know how to use it real good. I see it as a bit dangerous, even with the rear you're golden, to start with, right? It's super cool, guys. Look, look.
We got the seat. We got the handlebar. Now we'll see what's in here. We got to be careful. I mean, we got to...
Don't stab the box, right?
For sure, because what happens, because in here we got the pedals, the brake, the prebiotics, the front that we don't need. But a lot of times the seat comes like this. So if you grab the closed box and stick the whole blade in, you could rip the seat without meaning to. In this case, of all this, the only thing we'll use is the pedals.
First off, the pedals, because like we said, the other ain't as necessary. A front brake, I don't recommend it because you're gonna take off the rear brake before you put on another. You won't need it.
Important, first screw up, first mistake we can make when we build our BMX. That comes in the box because you bought it online, the pedals ain't the same. The thread, there's a right one, which what you gotta see in your videos, we've said it a lot, but we'll say it again, right? You see this pedal has stripes, and this one's smooth. You see the difference? No? All the pedals in the world, whatever the brand, the one with stripes is left and the one with lines like this is right.
Stripes, no stripes.
Stripes left, no stripes right. Right. First, what do? Put grease on it and
That's weird, Pera.
on the seat post so it don't scratch nothing.
Alright, if people don't have grease, oil, olive oil.
Never olive oil. Just like you don't drink car oil. The bike, which is steel, don't like organic oil.
Alright. So if you don't have any oil, can you assemble without oil, or ain't it
It can,
recommended?
but then I think we did a vid with you about noises, right? Yeah. Lubrication is real important. Lubrication, besides stretching the parts more, makes it so there ain't a lot of noise.
Alright, so you gotta buy some grease. We're gonna leave one in the description that we'll see is compatible. The plan's good and it'll probably get to your house on Amazon real quick. So if you don't have grease and want to use one for your BMX, go ahead. Where else did you put it?
In the pedal thread.
Alright. On both, and yeah, real good.
I always start with the pedals.
Alright.
Alright, the 14-15. You got to make sure the pedal's all the way in. I put it in wrong now.
Yeah, it's bent, twisted.
If I force it, I'll get it in. But it could mess it up pretty bad.
Yeah, make sure it goes in straight and then give it more
juice. Alright, that's it.
more juice. Alright, that's it.
Exactly, perfect. And the left pedal forward too. Because the thread's backwards.
The right pedal goes forward to screw in, right? Guys, to loosen a pedal, it's always gonna be backwards. I almost lost my life once because I couldn't get a pedal off. It was so hard. Yeah, I couldn't get it off. See, I was doing it backwards correctly, but it was so hard that in the end, I had to grab the wrench, put it with a dumbbell, hit it, and in the end, the wrench flew off.
The other thing that's real easy is the seat. That's usually a 5 or a 6.
If this screw ain't here, it's possible it's in the box, so be careful.
That sometimes comes loose, falls off, and it's in the little box, and we put the seat post to the distance we like. This is already a bit...
To your liking, and the seat obviously aligned with the frame.
As you can see, we almost have the rear part built in the center. We're going with the front wheel. In this case, this wheel has the safety washers here with this little tab, right? Personally, I don't like them at all because they already have another one too, so I take them off.
This ain't needed.
Then, another little screw up we can make. The tires have a direction. Now, if you look at the tire a bit, it makes an arrow shape going towards me.
Points towards you.
If I put it facing you, the arrow's backwards, a bit.
Doesn't it look weird? Yeah.
All right, so we always got to put the tire position with the arrow forward.
Because that way, if it rains or whatever, you have more grip than normal. It ain't like it's a crazy difference, but if it's designed like this, it's for a reason, right? Unless you're Devon Smiley, who puts the tires on backwards as a joke because he goes fucky a lot and goes more fakey than normal, so he puts them on. But he's a pro, one of the best in the world, so he can do it. We're almost done. If not, it's real complicated.
After the tutorial, people following these steps will put it together much more comfortable and safer. 6 wrench, and we loosen the 4 screws. The top cap stem.
In the end, the point of this video ain't just building the bike, putting on the parts, because that's real intuitive, but the point is, we're gonna tell you exactly where you gotta tighten so that bike's safe when you use it. Because if the wheel's on but you don't know how tight it is, it could come off later and scare you. So pay attention to the end because we're gonna tighten some real important stuff. Did you take off the cover, the 4 screws?
All good.
I'll pass you the handlebar. You don't gotta be real smart to know it goes on like this.
We check the knurling.
It's important the knurling is in the middle because otherwise what happens, Pera?
That can move, and also you can't go with the handlebar to one side. Bar spins would be a bit weird there.
We put the cover on top and tighten how we tighten, Pera.
In a cross pattern.
What's that for?
So the cap goes on symmetrical. All right, it has to. The cap has to go parallel to the bottom, can't be bent. All right, so our screws here are suffering.
In a nutshell, guys, if you tighten one screw too much and then try to tighten the others, it'll be messed up. So go tighten a bit on each screw. Okay, that's the most important thing, and that way the handlebar will be perfect and won't give us problems.
It don't move anymore. Now, things that can happen now. For example, this cap here is, it's tight. If it had come like that, we got to make sure this screw cap is well adjusted, which is what adjusts the steering, the headset. It has to be smooth. No, it can't have play.
It's making noise now. Now it's tight.
You hear down here? See if it moves. This can be. All right, so you got, it almost always comes adjusted, but it might not, so it'll be needed. In this case, it's an 8 Allen wrench. Don't need to tighten it much. This. And we'll put the wheel on right. No, because if we aim it and down on the ground, we'll finish putting everything on perfectly, huh?
Real good. Now you tighten these 2 screws, as you can see, to give a little pressure to the main screw that holds the stem with the fork.
So nothing moved, but
I don't do it too strong soft. Then on the ground we'll finish tightening, that's it.
Now a little thing I do that ain't essential, but for people who have brakes, well, it looks good to run the cable on the right side. All right, why? Because more people do bar spins or X-ups like this. Here. What? That way?
I do it like fewer people do.
Well, you're special. And another thing we're gonna do, I loosen the cable because it's much easier to put it here.
And how did you loosen it?
This was put here. It was put here. All right, like this.
It was like this.
But I gotta put the cable here.
And so it goes in, right?
And you see, there ain't no slack. So what I do is loosen it.
Let's see how you
I
loosen
hold this
it.
lever here, and it comes out easy.
Okay.
And I take it out of here. All right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, all right. We take advantage and put a little grease on it. Also, here and here you got a groove. All right, here you got another groove. And here you got another lever groove. We pass it through, put it in, and move it.
That easy.
We got
and
the
now
cable
we put it
on.
back on.
Yeah, see? Normally when bikes are assembled, the one who assembles them puts the brakes on pretty tight. If you see it's a bit hard, I don't like it. We can leave it like that if you want, no problem. But well, if you want to give it a little more touch, you'll need it. This is a bit more advanced.
Advanced.
Yeah, a little bit. A 12-13 again, which is to release the spring pressure inside that you can't see here inside. There's a spring, then a 4, well, a 4 or 5. It's usually not a 6, but well. All right, so what we got to do is just hold the Allen wrench, and with the 12-13, we loosen it a little bit.
This one and the other one.
Right, because otherwise now, all right. All right, so here I do the same with the Allen wrench. Just hold it so it don't move and loosen this cone that holds the spring. All right, pull the brake. Now,
it costs a little better, not much more, but
like not much more.
let's see, you touch it.
I think it has less force.
Let's see. Well, yeah, a little better.
It's the same, right? But it has much less force. All right. But this is optional. All right, I do this because I like to do it.
The BMX is fully assembled now. I'm missing the most important thing, which is tightening.
Inflate the wheels. All right, they don't come fully tightened and retighten everything. For example, the brake triangle that comes real tight, this one here is good. The brake pad's all right. The back nut, which is a 19, in this case.
Good, right?
Yes, there is the number 6. We will tighten the crank bolt. Perfect. We will also tighten the chainring bolt. Perfect.
It would stay forward. The steering, not
In here. I see the cables hanging a lot on the chain. Zip tie, here it is. All right, so the cable don't hang too much. Now it's putting the handlebar at the inclination the customer likes. We always leave it either in line with the fork or a bit forward, almost never backwards. Putting the fork back is forbidden, but forward we can go up to 90 degrees. Real good. This Jesus kid from Ibiza who rode.
Well, the other day he uploaded a clip.
Yes or no? Yeah, real good, real good. Geez, memories from here. He takes it super forward. I was freaking
But well,
out.
in the end, the standard is something,
Something like that.
yeah, more or less than the fork. More or less the same as the fork.
Like the fork a little more forward, and there we can sit calmly because the seat we just tightened is real tight, and we make sure these two gaps here, this space, stays the same in both.
Of course, so there's not a centimeter here and 2 millimeters here to say something that's balanced.
Exactly. We tightened the 4 front handlebar screws and the 2 side ones. All right, now I'll inflate the wheels, and we'd have it. Oriole. So now you can go ride with total confidence that the bike's well adjusted. Normally, after a month and a half, it's always good. Here we give this service that new bikes come here, we tighten everything, and that's it. And that way it ain't a factory defect either. I recommend that you, people who buy bikes online, after a month and a half, go to a shop to have everything tightened. Everything's good because everything loosens, the spokes loosen, the screws loosen, the chain loosens, and from that moment on, it's
Well,
much
thanks,
better.
Sarah, as always, for the explanation of how to assemble a BMX from scratch. You know you can buy any BMX at the 360BS store, and with the code Inglada, you get a 10% discount to get quite significant discount amounts, because a BMX like this one for 450 or a BMX for 700 euros, in the end a 10% is talking about 40, 60 or 70 euros. Therefore, it's not nonsense. And the discount also works in the physical store. I'm also going to leave you the link to the City Legends app, which is the best for urban sports, and my online store where you can get my caps also with the code Inglada at a 10% discount and little more. For more tutorials, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Boom fresh.